Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Krabby McCoffee here, also known as Eric Sky Rita Lee, also known as Rita. If you're a comer backer, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, hit the like, subscribe, and thumbs up. So, today we're going to be talking about coffee time with Rita and prepping. So, I was looking over the news this morning, didn't see anything crappy to report this morning. Except for the U.S. is going to be, as I said in my latest video this morning, the government's going to turn around and put more money into Ukraine because of a small country, and we need to have all countries pull together for resources. Look, apparently the governments of the world are basically, you got only one guy trying to go after Ukraine, okay? Apparently claims Ukraine's his. Since 2004 or something stupid thing, 2007, I don't remember. I mean, literally, we have enough internet history floating around, right? So, to me, waste of time and a waste of money, right? Yeah, so apparently it is a waste of time and a waste of money. So, fortunately for me, I'm here to tell all of you Americans to keep on prepping. It ain't gonna get better, And yeah, so let's have some coffee. Let's go over the news. Let's talk about what's on my mind. I'm having a bad morning, anyways. Keep freaking looking at that, wondering if that thing's broken or moving or excuse me. Here. Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, so I am having my morning coffee this morning. I gotta tell you guys, I pinched out the most hardest rock dung today. I never thought I was going to be in so much pain, right? Anyways, don't mind Chloe. She's in the back, okay? She's in a bad mood. Again, let's go over the daily planners for today. I gotta teach her the damn art of budgeting. I think she's like, oh yeah, money, greed, budget planner. What is in the cage? Is that a bunny? In the cage? Yeah, it's a bunny. See? See, it's a bunny. Whoops. You got any food in there? No? Well, I gotta feed him then, see? Mm-hmm. Welcome. Come here. You hungry? Hungry little hippo? Is that a bunny? Of course it is. Doesn't it look like a bunny? There you go. That should be good for a couple hours. 12, 18 hours. He stops and, Here you go. Here you go, Bob. Here you go, Bob. Beep, beep, beep. What's wrong? He's hungry. That's why he wants that. So there you go. So that's two of my pets. I have a service dog too. He's like a little Shih Tzu. Some say he's a Lhasa Apso. Some say he's a Havanese. Sorry. But anyways, welcome. So for some of you out there, as you all know, every day I go through the planner to see what we got scheduled for today. Today is the 18th. So I got business emails to do, video games, and apparently package is due in on the 20th. Yes. So for some of you guys wondering, I use two types of planners. I use the monthly planner. I got little stickers for my monthly planner. I've already reviewed. I got to re-review the one planner. This planner, let's see, this week. Spreadsheet. Okay, so my cocktail sauce has been acquired. Yeah, so I check off things. Order planning, orders due in, yeah. So, yeah, let's check on new shopping ads. Okay, so today is Wednesday, so this is the day that the shopping ads are setup. And then next week, see, I got next week's already soft, right? See, then we just fill it out as we go, see? So apparently my orders are due in next week, and then, so for some of you out there, like I said, for you preppers out there, we go through all the time, and then I will fill in what needs to be improved from next week to this week. So, it's got like ways to improve and my achievements. Yes. So today's plan is spreadsheets. I got spreadsheets till Saturday. What I don't do. I don't think they'd be weed whacking in the rain. Yeah. So, but I will go look. Seems they're weed whacking in the rain. See, it's kind of fun, isn't it? So I got some other things here. I got to clear this up, by the way, for some of you. So I got these little things here. I don't even know what these are. They're like packages. Maybe I could use the package stickers for deliveries. What do you think, huh? These little packages, I don't know what is. Read a book. Did they even explain what these are? They just, they're the same color, I guess, huh? I'll have to figure out what these stickers are for, preppers. So, I got to check on pricing this morning, too. So, anyways, let's check this one because I keep a log of everything that needs to be done. So, this is the... Okay, so see, I got all my stickers set up on this month, see? So I got everything in. My handwriting kind of sloppy, I know, but as a prepper, I don't care. So it says here, order due in, okay. A day of rest. So apparently there is no big dinner with Colleen, Chloe's mom. Apparently the news has come back as, she'll be here for a few hours. We don't even know if there's going to be a lunch or anything. So I don't know what's going on. But I did tell a friend of mine today, we're conversing about the issues at hand. Here we go. Let's check to see what this is. So I got phone calls, emails. And then tomorrow is phone calls, and emails. Oh, yes. Okay, so let's see. All right, so everything in my personal to-do weeks. Yeah, so then I got to fill in the rest, right, for next week, right? Next week is this week, right? This week's pretty much full. Next week is, yeah. And then I got to figure out the final part is the notes. How can I approve for next week? Yeah. So I still need to get one of those 15-minute planners, or daily planners, and 30-minuters. That's what's coming soon enough, what is in the cage? Is that a bunny, Hugh Jackman? I love it. Yeah, Mr. Hugh. It's a bunny. He's happy and full of food. Yes. So some of you preppers out there, basically, I just fed Ebo. And so, I'm going to go through comments once again. Well, Chloe cooked her shrimp. Okay. Now, a lot of you guys have said, "Oh, how come you don't eat shrimp?" Well, I don't trust shrimp. Okay, unless they're handled by me, cooked by me, I won't trust shrimp. Not even at a store. I avoid shrimp. Okay, a lot of seafood I don't need. Yeah, and then yeah. So, anyways, and I still got the steaks ready to go. So I got to cook them this morning. Potatoes. Chloe's like, oh, well, we're going to have dinner right now because we're on YouTube. No, not actually. You see, I'm going through today's plans with you guys. You see, I got to get on the spreadsheets. I don't know how many spreadsheets. Let's open it up. So, first of all, he says, hope Miss Chloe has a nice birthday. Highly unlikely. Teldor, if you watch my videos, you'll see we had a shitty birthday. And then, here we go. For some of you wondering about my office program, I use Libre, so I'm on ends. So if I work from ends downwards, so I should have a few to do today and then clean up the rest by Saturday. And whatever I don't get done, I can reset to Monday. So Monday will be what? It doesn't matter right now. My schedule's pretty good. So then, people sit there and say, do you have your plan planned out for next month? No, I don't, because I'll just fill in the blank as I go. Yeah, so, the only appointment Chloe has is the 26th. So, it is what it is. So, Teldor said, make sure steaks. Yeah, well, we're having it this morning because Chloe got cranky and angry and mad, and we don't even have to go there yet. All right. I was on the phone with a friend of mine this morning. Keep names out of it for this video, for the sake. And let's just say Chloe's angry and jealous and angry and jealous and angry and jealous and angry and jealous. I'm talking to someone instead of her. You see, I live in a living room, right? This is my bedroom, okay? My office could be cleaned up, but my office isn't being used for storage. Chloe, of course, doesn't want to do anything for herself. I mean, no, I'm not going to complain, okay? But I am going to complain about this one bookmarker. I don't know what to do with this one. Here. All right, there we go. Okay, so I have like 9 or 10 phone calls to make on Chloe's behalf. If I got to spend 9 or 10 phone calls for Chloe's behalf, right? And she should basically take it in her heart to do 9 or 10 cleaning sessions. Yeah. Fair is fair. I have to waste my time on the phone. And yet my Google Voice, I have to wait for a new phone, which, again, Chloe's like, well, Chloe's blaming herself for it, but Chloe doesn't want to pay for the damage because she doesn't want to pick up her damn mess. So my phone's cracked. I mean, literally the screen. I mean, Higgins is like, oh, can you order a new screen? No. I mean, literally, some of it looks like it's, yeah, so I just don't know what to think, and then Zoe's like, don't cut yourself. Yeah, glass. I've had to use tweezers, pull glass shards out of my screen, and then Higgins is like, replace screen? No, I'm not replacing screen. I'll go buy a new phone, okay, when the time comes. Money is tight. That's another thing I put in my journal, my budget journal, which I was going to teach Chloe about journaling, which was, how to use it because she doesn't know how to fucking fund money. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the time is for prepping. If you're not prepping your fierce leader, crack the whip and light fire under your ass get moving. Actually, I was talking to my friend this morning about that. No one can get crack a whip to get anyone's light fired. They don't want to listen. Tell Dora they want to go fucking hungry. That's the main thing. Rita has the best rants. See, the thing is, I can sit here and make rants all day. right? The bottom line is no one gives a shit. No one cares. Oh, there's Rita again with a 4-hour video. I'm not wasting my time. You know why I'm not wasting people? They got a short attention span. America, half the people, if we went to war, couldn't join the military because they'd be fucking the type of person to be like, oh, what'd you say? Oh, sorry, and then the guy would say something, what? Oh, look, a rock over there. I mean, literally, Americans have a short fucking attention span. Literally, look at the new fucking people. They're all fucking short attention. You want that shit in the fucking military? No. Her shows are informative, interesting, and love her stories. I mean, think about it. And that you want to rant about it. They got fucking obese fucking fat people. And obese fucking fat people, and you see what the fuck's going on in the world. You got obese fucking fat people, you got fucking retarded people. You think they want fucking retarded people in the military? No. What they want is none of this. You said that don't talk about the autistic. You know what? The problem is it ain't about the autistic or the Asperger people. It ain't about the borderlines of bipolar. It's every fucking numbnuts from my generation past, after my generation is fucking retarded and stupid. I mean, literally, I feel like I should live in a country where the country says I live with stupid. I mean, think of it. The fucking people, you want me to fucking rant this morning? I'm on a rant now. Oh boy, I got a rant started. Okay. Let me tell you about the fucking generation I went through, okay? I went through the generation you want something, you work for it. I had to bust my ass off so many times for what I wanted. My mom would buy me clothes. The other bonuses, video games, music CDs, VHS tapes, that was all on me. Mow lawns for people. I go to my mom and I'd be like, Mom, can I go down to the 7-Eleven? She'd be like, you want a hot dog? I was like, okay. She offered when she says, you want a hot dog, and I was like, okay. And she's like, so you do want a hot dog? I said, I have some business to do. So Mom would go in. We knew the owner. What was I doing? I had a little planner like this. Weekends, mowing lawns. People come and say, oh, Rita, you need, the lawn needs to be mowed. Here's $20. Rita, my lawn needs to be done. Whatever, $50. One guy's like, oh, mow the lawns. They're like, no, that's okay. They wanted to see someone out there with. One lady's like, you can mow a lesbian couple. You mow our lawn, but you have to do it with a push mower, not power, not gas. Okay. They didn't mind. To me, I was the cute little kid. They were lesbian. And also knew I was going to be a girl. But my point is, I also asked me one day if I could do a service for them. When I came out with my dad, they never said anything about, they kept it to themselves. But over the years, we as a girl, with the two lesbians and me, well, they would call me up sometimes in the summertime and say, hey, I need a favor. And I'd be like, yeah. And they'd be like, can you clean our pool? Mm-hmm. So, with a little few tricks, I learned how to clean pools too. Why? Because it was something to do in the summertime. And it brought in some change. Why? Nowadays, you don't have these fucking penny-waste son of a bitches earning anything. What you have is non-hardworking dipshits. They'd rather skip a meal, skip 3 meals, skip 6 meals, grab and eat fast food out, and demand that they're fucking entitled. Yeah, I went to the welfare office. Every fucking generation after me thinks they're fucking entitled. Think about it. And this is why our country's going fucking bankrupt. Think about it. You turn around and what do you get? Besides me getting ready to log off soon for gaming. I'm serious. Think about it. I had to literally work my ass off. Roofing, plumbing, electrical, contracting. Someone says, oh, I couldn't do that. I'm a girl in a man's body, so I did I did a phone call work till I got fired. Well, I can't do that. I can't do sales because I'm a woman inside, so. I did the jobs that no one wanted, right? No one. I did the jobs no one wanted. And yet, Americans have lost their fucking way. Plain and simple, people, Americans has lost their fucking way. Yeah. You're never going to get out of this. We're going to go into a great fucking depression again. Why? Because everyone's financing everything. Think about it. You get up in the morning, your little kid sees something on TV he or she wants. You got one side of the country saying, "Oh, your daughter can't be a guy, or your son can't be a girl," and then they throw a fit, and then they move out to a blue state, and they're like, "Oh yeah, my daughter's great," And then one day their daughter kills themselves, their supposed daughter, because it was the wrong treatment to do. But you know what? The government is basically causing this bankruptcy to happen. Think about it. What are you gonna be, huh? What is these new fucking dumbass fucking people going to do, right? When the power goes out, right? What if one day they come to your house and say, "I'm sorry, sir, ma'am, banks are still closed and we got to turn your power off," right? Think of it this way. I want to make a statement for these fucking new fucking women, real new women. And the fucking new generation that thinks that they want to put us in group homes. They got nothing on us. Those fucking people are fucking big old useless nothing burgers. I'll tell you why. They were raised in a world where they're supposed to basically cry child abuse just to get a fucking toy. Mom didn't give me a new phone, child abuse. I mean, literally, think about it. Think about the rant. And don't even get me started with these lazy fucking peckerwoods. They can't even fucking earn a dime. I mean, look, half of them walk around, "Oh, hey, could I get a coffee?" I mean, I like to do fucking skits on YouTube about these fucking noobs, these fucking new generations. I mean, I remember sitting at the Verizon store once. I walked into the Verizon store once, right? A long time ago. Then I was sitting there. And then, lo and behold, I look out the window. And what do I see? Oh, mom's talking about something. I look in, right? She's paying the bill. Little cell phones for kids. At the time, I was like this. Right? See, mom at first school demanded I carry the bag phone. No one's going to steal the fucking bag phone, right? But when I was with mom, mostly the whole time, I'd go like this. I'd go flip phone, the original flip phone, not the clamp phone, the ones like, right? I was like, "Hey, mom, cell phones for kids now?" And, my mom's like, "Well, you should be talking. You're a special needy child." I wasn't a needy child. My mom's like, "Here's a phone. In case of any emergency, I don't want you robbed, raped, pillaged, stolen, or turned into a popsicle." So for me, I wasn't a needy child in her opinion. So, but mostly I was like this, okay. So, going around, right? I'd walk around. I got tired of other issues. And by the way, people say, "Oh, those cell phones must be great." You know how bad they were? You'd be like, and all of a sudden you pick up the phone. You pick up the phone, and it was distorted. Got the brick phone, yes, distorted. The original phones, they had to improve the technology over the radio waves. But it was like, you basically could go a long distance, but it was more money. So, you used it for, everything else. And phones started to take off after time. It started to take off, And afterwards, and afterwards, the newer generation thinks they're entitled to everything. I mean, look how it's been. The lazy couch potato situation. The more you look, the more you don't see anyone offering to mow lawns anymore or earning their. You see, I'm thinking. And when I'm quiet, I'm thinking. And people sit there and say, oh, thinking's dangerous. It isn't. Mostly thinking is, what are you going to do? How are you going to do it? How are you going to handle it? I got steaks I got to cook this morning. So I can't sit here all day gabbing about whatever. I got to get them in the oven. I got to cook them. Chloe's going to cook potatoes, steak potatoes for breakfast. Plain and simple. Why? Because it didn't get done last night because of Chloe's anger. And yet, I was talking to a friend of mine, okay? I want to be completely bloody honest, all right? We were talking about two different types of people, right? Two different types of people. Type 1, the lazy. Type 2, the mentally ill. And type 3, the lazy, mentally ill fakers, okay? Type 1, the lazy. The lazy is one of those that doesn't want to get off their ass to do anything. They think the lazy can, they can't handle things. They're just like, oh, if I could have a butler, I'd have someone bring me everything, right? Because so sometimes the lazy procreates with little kids. And then when their little kids are old enough, they start saying, hey, go to the fridge, grab me a beer. Go to the the only thing the lazy do will get in the car, go to work, grab their cigarettes, and stay home. They'll have someone cook for them, and then they'll clean, right? Now, they can't say I'm the lazy, but you know what? I do a lot of administrative work, a lot, and I still do these videos for you. So I'm not lazy, okay? I'm not a lazy, what was it I was called? Ogre? Then there is the second part, okay? Then there's the mentally ill, right? We're using this in an overall term, the mentally ill, right? Now, we were talking the other day about mentally ill people, right? Mentally ill people, the mental system's broken, okay? They canceled state hospitals, okay? State hospitals. Let me tell you a story. They canceled state hospitals. Cut down the mental system. The mental system's got so many problems today, it's not funny. People are going to mental hospitals, their right system is broken. You see, the state mental hospitals are broken. Now, why are they broken? I'll tell you why they're broken. Because they are. You say, oh, well, it's not that bad a deal. Think about it. State mental hospital is broken. Now, you could sit there, okay? Let me tell you a story, okay, of mentally ill people. They may be mentally ill. They may be violent. But some of them pretend to be lazy, pretend to be, you're either mentally ill or you're lazy or you're both, okay? And then you got the third types that sit there and say, well, if you don't let them go to treatment, then you're holding them back and keeping them sick. The problem is the mentally ill are the ones that turn around and basically keep making themselves sick, right? Let's put it this way, right? The IOP, for example, Chloe, right? They literally wanted to dictate everything about her life. They wanted to tell her when she could eat, sleep, shit, piss, and spend $1. Literally, the lady basically was trying to explain it. Chloe didn't want it, so she went back to the one lady. The one lady wants to meet Moppy, so I told Chloe, you're more than welcome to walk Moppy and walk down there, but just remember, he is a service dog, and he is trained for me. I don't want you taking him in there unless, but he's my dog. He's trained for me, like this morning. I got up this morning, and he was right under bed with me. He wasn't going to leave. He was like, oh, you okay, Mama? I'm going to be with you. He's been getting more and more towards me because Chloe's been neglecting him. And I've been literally, Chloe's in one of those phases. Oh, well, it's winter time and it's raining. And well, let's just put it this way. Mentally ill also get triggered of dreary grayness and rain. All right. But for the sake of the argument, we're not going to talk about Chloe. Okay. Chloe's going to come out and be like, I don't want it. What I want to talk about is the mental health system broken. You got the lazy. You got the mentally ill. Right, there's 3 things I see, okay? I see the trannies in one camp. Oh, I gotta have a penis in me. I'm a real woman. I need a penis in me. I'm a real woman. I'm a real woman, and you don't see me wanting penis in me. No offense to anyone. Then you got the tranny. Oh, I need to be taken care of. Guys gotta buy chocolates, take care of me. There's women, genetic women, that are like that too. They're fucking called gold diggers. Think about it. The ones who want to be taken care of, wine, dined, pampered, There's women out there that lead men on, right? And in the end of the night, you don't see me judging them, though. They're a woman. That's what men do. Me? I don't lead on anyone. I don't care. I'm basically a hermit. Okay, but for the sake of the argument, there's the lazy, and then there's the lazy. You got the lazy trannies. He's, oh, my life sucks trying to be a woman because I want to be taken care of. Then you got the women who think, oh, I'm going to get a boob job, spread my cooter, and make money as a whore. And then you got the ones, I'm going to get a boob job and use my boobs to get freebies. You see, there's all these different things, that comes down the pipe. And yet, okay, the American people turn around, right? Did I actually go into invisible mode? I wonder. Oh, no. I'm actually needing to go to invisible. Yeah, I was invisible this morning. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I was like not invisible all night. Figures. All right, so anyways, can I just finish my argument? So, I love all of you, by the way. And then you got the mentally ill, right? They don't know they're mentally ill. They don't want to. They sit there and they see a doctor and they're like, oh, you're bipolar. And they say, fuck you, I'm not bipolar. And they storm out, right? And then the doctor sits there and says, oh. Then you see, you're a borderline. Fuck you, I'm not borderline. They storm out, right? They don't accept their mental illness, right? But in the meantime, they're fucking causing havoc for their family. Walking on eggshells, getting nuclear temper, etc. And they don't want to get it fixed. And then people say, oh, well, you're the family members are making him sick by holding him back. Really? Family members want them all fucking out. Look what happens. Okay, let me tell you. Okay, for mental health perspective. I've seen people, I'm not going to give names. I've seen people with borderline, narcissistic, bipolar, schizophrenia, all those. One thing I've seen is they burned most of their fucking bridges, right? There is no understanding. There is none. You sit there and you look at borderlines and you say, oh, look around. Borderlines, bipolars, narcissistic. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of expending my energy for the lazy. Oh, well, look. Let me put it this way. If you're not a medicated bipolar and you can't get your life in order, then don't drink. Drinking is the worst thing you can do. If you're not a medicated borderline, if you're not medicated and you're drinking and it triggers things, don't drink. But no, most of the alcohol or drugs causes problems. So, what am I talking about? The mentally ill, right? The newer generation's got so many mental illness. It's either ADHD, ADD, bipolar, borderline schizophrenia, narcissism, you name it. I mean, look, some things are triggered by family issues, abuse as child, rape, whatever. The country is going down the path of nothing is right anymore. Think about it. You sit there, right? And what do you get? Nothing. What do you see? Nothing. What do you enjoy? Nothing. You see, you get people that get mad, right? Say, for example, person who's got trigger words, right? Eventually, no offense, eventually the trigger words, even if you try to change your trigger words, okay, I'm going to go check on a Safeway ad real quick. Trigger words, they're just going to basically have new trigger words. So everything's going to be trigger word. Eventually you can't speak. So your best bet is to cut ties with people, literally. To save your own life and your own headache, you need, people are going to learn that you're going to have to cut ties with people because you can't live. Oh, am I on 200% again? No, I'm at 150. Let's move this down to 110. There we go. It's just me. So this week's buy one, get one free on pork. Oh, and shrimp's still on sale. Again, shrimp. So it's the same shrimp Chloe made for cocktails. So as you look over the deal, you can actually see what's available. I just look at coffee, soups. Look at that deal on chunky. But you know what? Eventually they're going to cut out. Here we go. Pork chops. Chicken legs. The problem is there's too many lazy people out there. That's the truth. You see, half the lazy people think that they're entitled to go to the welfare office, get food stamps, and not have to work, right? The other half the people think the food cost is so high that they're entitled because they pay taxes. But they don't realize that their tax money that they paid in, they used it up. So technically now they're using someone else's tax money while they're sitting at home going, oh yeah, the pandemic's so bad, I need that extra food stamps. And then the government turns around and says, oh, we got approved for food stamps for 2023 of February. And they're like, oh yeah, I got my food stamp for February. I got to continue it because I can't support myself. No, they don't want to support themselves. They want to fucking freeload. That's the thing. But you have the other people, right? The other people on the other side of the spectrum, the ill, the mentally ill, right? You have the mentally ill, right? That claim that they're not lazy, right? They're lazy, that are literally mentally ill, right? So there's two sides. You, the observer, thinks that these people can't pull their own weight, right? It's the mental illness. You see, you sit there and you say, look, and you know what the real problem is about mental illness? I'll tell you. If you look at a movie, all right, on HBO or YouTube, it's out there. It's called Dangerous Sons. All right, good movie. They have 3 kids. Okay, 3, maybe 4. I'm going to go over them all. There's Dante. There's Bob. I think his name's Bob. Chloe's like, I'm not like Bob. I don't remember his name, okay? And then you got the other guy, the one in Washington. I think you got like Bob or whatever, I'll have to look it up real quick because I can't remember the names, okay? I know Dante's 1 out of 3, right? So basically, you go here, right? Okay, so you got 3 family improvement treatment for the child, right? Yeah, the cast, right? So basically, it was made in 2018. Okay, so basically, right, and what it is, right? Oh yeah, Bill. Okay, so Bill. All right, so basically, let me just tell you the story. Okay, you got a woman, right? Three sides. Dante, let's just say Ricardo. I don't remember the Washington. Let's just say Wah Boy, Washington boy, right? Washington boy literally was violent. Beat his sister, beat his mom. She transferred him over to get state help through a place down south somewhere, and things happened, and they're trying to work with him, and I don't know what happened. They don't say what happens 5 years later. Apparently, a mom was pregnant, having another kid, yada yada yada. I don't know what the outcome was. They don't just do a follow up. I'd like follow up, actually. Okay, HBO, you're watching this. I'd like follow up. Second one is about Bill. Okay, Bill's like bipolar, borderline, schizophrenic, narcissist, something, right? Literally has triggers. Everything is a trigger. So I was talking to Chloe's mom once, okay? Now, we're not going to bring Chloe into this, all right? But apparently, Chloe said that Bill was like Chloe growing up, literally. Everything was a trigger, literally. But she still thinks it's autism, right? And, Bill's on the spectrum. But Bill turned around and told everyone to fuck off, right? Good old William, Bill, right? Willie turned around, right? So I educated myself, right? And you know what happened? I'll tell you what happened. That's a woman. The third one was the kid was getting into trouble, setting fires, burned his apartment, right? Chloe is one of those that, doesn't realize she's sick. That's the thing. She doesn't care if she's sick. All she cares about is the here and now, right? What she can get, right? So one of the things I'd like to talk to this, I don't even know who her name is, Billy Bob, Tyler, some person, at the middle place. When Chloe does finally get access, right, and I can come in, I would like to ask them specifically what diagnosis they're fucking going to give her. Because frankly, I would like to know why. Because there's no way in hell you can fucking diagnose properly. Is she autistic like mom says? Is she ADHD? Is she, because Higgins was talking about that, is she bipolar? Non-medicated bipolar? Is she borderline? I mean, look, if they want my help, I'm willing. You know what? I'll tell you a story, okay? This is a great story. I know, what's his name, right? Our friend Zoe and Teldor love my stories. Let me tell you a story about mental illness, right? I used to try to go into Chloe's appointment, not because people, that freaking Ryan's Truth or whatever said, oh, well, it's because you're trying to control it. No, it's because I was trying to help. You see, my job was to help, but I can't help someone. I mean, look, let me put it this way, okay? The other day, all right, I'm going to use Zoe as an example. The other day, Zoe asked me, hey, have you read the DSM? All of them. I haven't seen the updated version, but I have, right? The DSM is a fasting read. I know everything from top to bottom for all mental illnesses. I've educated myself. I'm not dumb, right? So when I went in, right, when I first started this whole thing, right, I didn't know. Chloe's like, oh, yeah, I'm tranny. I need surgery. Okay. Eventually, the dominoes started falling into place. And I started seeing she didn't want to cook. She didn't want to clean. She didn't want to do anything. She's like, fuck you. I'm entitled. It's me, right? That's when I started documenting things going wrong. Submitted to the mental health system, right? They're like, oh, right? So then nothing happened, right? So we go to another place, and this lady's basically getting mad, right? Finally, I said, look, you do your fucking job, lady. I'll leave you alone, right? Lady calls me up one day, and she says, hey, after reviewing everything that you've given me, I think Chloe's not autistic, but borderline. Their old moms, like, what type of fucking crap soup doctors do you have working there? They are autistic. I got the diagnosis. They are autistic. I got the diagnosis. And yet, if they're autistic and they can't handle life, then they should be in a fucking group home with a psychologist, right? But look at Chloe. Chloe's too disabled, right? Now, we're not going to say, oh, Chloe's too disabled. No, I'm going to say it in a way, okay, that doesn't piss Chloe off in the back and she yells at me when I get done. Okay, I got a rant going on and I'm on fire, okay? That was the second place. First place claimed bipolar. Bipolar 2. I got a record, by the way. Chloe asked me the other day. Bipolar 2. She goes to the third place. They're like, it's confusing. One record says bipolar, another one's borderline. Which is it? So what did they kicked her to the first place? She didn't like it, so she went to Catholic Charities. I asked my psychologist at the time, who was representing Catholic Charities, if she could. Ugh, damn it. You see, I try moving this nicely, and then my screen cracks more. You see, I'm having a bad day. Right there again. All right. Anyway, so what happened? All right, you guys are sitting there like, I love your stories, Rita. Again, psychologist, right? I said, if I can get the records from Chloe, Chloe said, Chloe walked into my appointment and says, I know you two got some talking to you about Rita's treatment, but I bring you these records. You can go. The doctor's like, so she's bipolar, she's narcissistic, she's autistic, she's this, she's that. She says, does any of these people know what they're talking about? I said, well, Doc, you're from another country. I love you dearly. You're like a sister to me and a mother. What do you think? She says, this is fucked up. She said, no one can make this. She said, if I was a Social Security adjuster, I'd fucking rubber stamp her automatically because no one fucking knows. Does the meds work? Does the meds don't work? First, you have to get her on meds. That would limit the problem. If the meds don't work, that would downsize that. But since she's, she won't open up to anyone, right? Won't open up. Think about it. She ain't opening up. That's what the doctor said, right? So what happens? Your old doctor, right? Well, doc. So I took it over to my psychiatrist or my therapist once, right? Same opinion, right? Chloe walks in with me. She said, hey, Chloe, how you doing? She says, I brought my records so you can look through them and give Rita an opinion without me present. And he says, oh, yeah, about 5 minutes. Go walk around. I'll come and get you when you're ready, right? So we talk. And then Chloe comes in, right? Chloe comes in. 5 minutes left for my appointment in. He says, I've seen, he said, literally my therapist, he's a guy with a girl's name. I can officially say that's the sloppiest paperwork I've ever seen by hospitals and therapists. That was it. He's literally saying they don't know what the fuck they're diagnosing. Literally. They're literally not, that's the truth of the pudding, right? Right there. Truth nugget, right there. The little nugget. Literally. First time, major depressive disorder. Second time, borderline. Third time, borderline, major depression, bipolar. But they can only bill for bipolar. State won't take borderline because there's no real billing code for it. What is borderline? It's borderline from schizophrenia and bipolar. So it's borderline in between. But you do the math, people, right? I love it, by the way. I love you guys. I really do. And to tell you, there is mentally ill people out there. The mentally ill, right? Now, you got two sides of the mentally ill people. You got the one people of the mentally ill that realize they're mentally ill when they get a diagnosis like schizophrenia or bipolar and need meds, right? Then you got the other side of the coin where they think, bipolar, narcissism, meds won't work. Fuck you. I ain't going to talk about it. They want to talk about everything but, and then they turn around and they don't want to get better. And then you look at the big picture of the not getting better, and they don't see they're not getting better. All they do is they fucking burn their bridges. They burn their bridges. They sit there, and then they latch on to people, and then they turn around, and then they think they're entitled to things. Oh, you gotta be equal, Gotta be equal. You gotta let me spend all your money. You gotta be equal. And then you got to turn around and basically cut the last person off in their life, the one that they rely on the most. You got to cut them off, or, for me, it's, of course, right, I got to cut off someone because you see, the problem is, and I'm not talking about mentally ill, okay? I'm talking about, there's too many people in this world, okay? Some of them, mentally ill, attach on to people, get attachment disorders. And they think, oh, this person, you can walk over them and they'll keep bending over backwards. But when they stop helping, then they're really scared because they know something's coming down the pipe. I mean, let me put it this way. The other day I was talking to someone, right? I took away my debit card. In the last I don't know how long, in the evenings, sometimes I'll take a walk down to the bank and get cash out. I'm like, here, this is your stipend to get my milk. And they're like, debit card? No. Debit card? No. Then they get combative. Oh, you don't trust me. Guess what? I don't trust any son of a bitch that doesn't bring me the fucking receipt. Think about it. You got to ask yourself, how much trust can you give? There is a trust and a boundary. 2, if you could sit there, okay, and analyze from the world. Don't think of this as the Truman Show with John, with the Truman Show with the what's his name? The actor. Not Adam Sandler, Jim Carrey. All right, Jim Carrey. Think of it. Think of it that way. Okay. Think of what's going on. Right. Turn around and what happens. Mm-hmm. You got too many people, too many problems. Plain and simple. Think about it. There's people out there that are mentally ill, right? They are attached to people. They're attached to people. They're attached to the point where they're tired and they're wore out. And they're like, oh, my mama says. What did your mama say? Because frankly, I don't care what your mama said. You see? Or, you got family members, right? Let me tell you about the other mental illness problem that I'm going to rant about for a second, okay? The 3 people, right? The parents of Bill tried to do their best, right? They even put Bill in his own little apartment because he kept breaking TVs and stuff, right? Didn't work. Dante had to go move with his parents because his mom was being evicted because she had to get custody, apparently, because their mom, whatever it was, dad was not around, and her child set the apartment a complex thing or some on fire, right? Then you have the third problem, right? The third one was I don't know, but I'd like to follow up, see what happens with all 3. That's all I'm gonna say. But when it comes to others, okay, let's just basically break down for others. If you were viewing this as a mentally ill show, okay, program about mental illness, right? And I was the co-star trying to take care of a group home. Zoe said to me the other day, I would be great as a group home administrator because, frankly, I mean, look at my temper. I only snap when it comes to certain things. But I do have a pushing thing. I mean, look at it. You hear the polar bear growl when Chloe's going on with right. Anyways, this ain't about Chloe, but I do have some triggers myself. But for the sake of the argument, if you look at it from the lenses through the computer, okay, you got one person, autistic, possibly. Okay, we're going to lay that out there. We're going to be playing nice here. We're not going to be little. Autistic, possibly ADHD, possibly transgendered, possibly bipolar, borderline, whatever, right? Then you got me trying to guide them. Nothing works. Think of it from my point of view. Think of it from my point of view. You buy tools, Swiss Army knife, for example. What the hell fell? Oh, that's it? Hold on a sec. Well, what happens? You buy a Swiss Army knife, right? You use it. Fishing, hiking, whatever, right? Then, sorry about this. Then, what happens, right? No, my wheel finally came out on one. And this is where you guys say, well, what do you do with the wheel? Simple. Flip it over. Use the pliers. And sometimes what you do, you take the knife blade and you just cut the whole damn thing in the middle. Carefully though. If it pops off again, that's why I always ask for a donation of a new chair. But anyways, it's another thing I got to put in as a purchase this year. New chair. Anyways, and tools. Come on. So where was I? So hi. See, it's my child here. This is Moppy the child. Hi, child. How you doing? One of the things I love the most is dogs. Hi. You love me? Okay. Plenty of water, plenty of grub. So, back to my quick story. So, the mentally ill people cling on to people they think they can use, abuse, and walk over. Maybe they don't know it. Maybe they do know it. Point is when someone finally has enough, they panic. They're afraid that they're being replaced by other friends or family. So they sabotage. They sabotage. Sometimes the mental health people turn around and they say things like that the mentally ill don't know that they're too needy and they don't want to learn that, or they're mentally ill and they need things, right? Or some people turn around and say, well, this person may be mentally ill, but their family didn't raise them properly. Again, could be, could not be true. Truth is, you got to look at the truth in the pudding. What is the truth? Truth nuggets out there. Question is, how do you trick it? How do you get it fixed? You can't fix mental illness. Plain and simple. So when you got someone who fucking snaps at everything, whether it be bipolar, borderline, whatever, right? Schizophrenia, that can be dangerous. The point I'm making is, think about it from my point of view, right? People sit there and say, oh, you're the lazy ogre. No, I'm not. You know why? Because if you look at it from one person's point of view and you look at it other point of view, it could be ADHD, it could be mental illness. No. The thing is, am I making Chloe sick? No. For example, I'm not. Chloe's making herself sick. Think about it. She's in her room. Which, by the way, did she put the shrimp back on Linda? Because I think she was fucking gorging herself on shrimp. Nope, she's got it in her room. It'll get food poisoning soon enough since she's leaving it in there. You see, this is why I don't touch shrimp. Without refrigeration, you can get sick pretty fast with seafood. Stomach cramps, diarrhea, puking. I won't touch it. She's like, oh, you want shrimp? No, I don't. You can have the whole damn bucket. Me, I won't touch it. You see, the thing is, you have to defrost in the fridge. You don't defrost it on a countertop. Chloe thinks it's okay. It's healthy. Not me. Thing is, and then you boil it. So, for all we know, it could have bacteria already on it and growing. And sorry to say, not going to go there. But I'm very strong of handling food properly as a cook, right? And yet, my point is I need to get a roasting pan or cake pan and get prepared to cook my steak and potatoes for breakfast. So, my point is mentally ill people lazy? Possibly. Is it the illness? More likely, yes. Can it be fixed? No. No meds or nothing can fix someone. It's like I was talking to someone right the other day. It's the tools you have, okay? So say I was putting together a shopping list for a week, right? I put Salisbury steaks 3 times, chili 2 times, and hot dogs 2 times, right? Then I put in 3 ounces of milk and some other stuff, right? Should be done. But thing is, that some people don't think about, looking long enough and wide enough for groceries. When you shop, your weekly shop, you stop and you look around. You walk, right? You don't just sit there and, and then say, oh, they don't have that. Well, I know they don't have it. I've been to the store myself recently, trust me. But my point is as a prepper, you got to ask questions, you got to ask, I was talking to someone the other day and I said I had a heart-to-heart with someone, right? Mentally ill. They couldn't tell me why they're depressed. They couldn't tell me why they're lazy. They couldn't tell me why they are. They couldn't tell me why they got triggered. And yet, you got 2 sides of the coin. You got her side, my side, mom and dad's side, and stepdad's side. Stepdad's side, right? And then you got, oh, my father abandoned me, tried to put me in homeless, put me in a group home, put me in a nursing home, put me in a halfway house, put me in a mental hospital. On the mom's side, oh, your mom tried to keep her from being expelled from school and everything else. And guess what? For example, you got to look at it. You hear, oh, I mean, you know what was sad? I'll tell you a story about mental illness, okay? When you're in a mental illness place, the person who's sitting there talking to the therapist opens up to things that you don't even know about. Now, I know a lot because, Chloe tells me, you're my records. Can I read them? And then you read them and it's like, an incident where she was hung upside down in an empty oil drum that's used in the ground for a big enough oil drum to hold heating oil. Kid upside down being punished. Or, stepdad abuses the child, but puts his brother on puts her brother on a pedestal. And you think, and you wonder why the child was abused. Let me tell you about my life, okay? When I was younger, I was spanked. I was paddled. I was wooden spooned. I was spatula. I was switched for misbehaving by my mom, by my dad, my mom's boyfriend. Whipped me more than he whipped his own kids. I had the belt. When you think about the things you've done in the past, some of it was justified. Okay, but you don't see me sitting there saying, but when you look at your mom's boyfriend, how he punished his kids with a stern warning, and you are supposedly the autistic, retarded one who gets abused. And then your family, you go to Christmas parties and Thanksgiving parties and Halloween parties and all this, and what do they blame? Blame it on Rita. Oh, Rita did it. They didn't want to pony up their own mistakes, so who got the whips? Me. Always dump it on the retarded one, supposedly. You see? The mentally ill always get the damn damage. Growing up, It's all right, Bob. Why? Because it can. You see, people sit there and they listen to my stories, right? It's all right, Mom. Nothing. Hold on a second. No. Damn it. The neighbor's going in and out. Come on. Anyways, I just asked, eating on the shrimp, she's got sitting on the table, you see. I won't touch it. Yeah, it's not refrigerated and it's not handled properly, you see. And this is what we call a form of mental illness, you see. Food handling's got to be proper. So, think about that. Chew on that. The point being is, you got to ask yourself, what is mental illness to you? How can you fix it? Mental illness is all our problems. Unfortunately, no one wants to make it. Fortunately, the mental clinics think dump it back in the family's lap or someone closest to the person that's got mental illness. Leave it to them. They don't want to deal with it. They just want a fucking paycheck. And then you have a shit ton of problems. You know. So, my point being, I love you all. You mean the world to me. You see, you got to see it from my point of view, too. When's enough's enough, you see. You see, I talk to friends. They talk to friends. They talk to friends. In the end, we all get together and we talk about what's important in life. And that is, everything happens for a reason. And that is what it is. You see, Americans, they don't want to deal with mental illness. They want the hospitals do it, but the hospitals are taking away. They want medications. They want someone else to take care of the problem. They don't want to take care of it. Family gets sick, mentally ill. Oh, no, not my problem. It is our problem because think about the system's broken. Your taxpayers are paying your tax dollars are paying for this stuff. And if you look at your tax dollars being spent, this is why the country's bankrupt. They want to fix mental illness. They can't fix it. Why don't they just say we can't fix it, move on? We can't funnel billions or trillions of dollars in the system that's fucking broken. Think about it. Think about it. You got the preppers like me that are teaching you to prep. I also diversify and talk about issues that matter to me as well, you know. And then you got others saying, oh, you're anti-bigotry, yada, 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 because you don't believe that women should be real women like trans women. Nope. You can't give birth, you're not a real woman. Fuck you. Plain and simple. You can't ejaculate and get a woman pregnant, you're not a real man. There's people out there that are real men, born male, who are sterile. It's the fact of life. Same with women. But I speak diversity. And you know what? The mental health system is broken. I mean, think about it. A lot of people think the mentally ill patient should be in group homes. Think about it. They sit there, right? They sit there and they say, ooh, Chloe needs a group home. Why? Well, Chloe can't take care of herself. By the state's laws, she can. She can cook. Well, she can't take care of herself, so she needs someone to look after her because she can't clean. Maybe she grew up in a world where everything was automated. Throw a TV in her and a microwave, ate it. No microwave? She's got to bake everything. It takes her a lot longer. Then she goes, eats, and goes and games. Well, Chloe shouldn't be gaming. She should be getting treatment. Without belittling Chloe, let me give you an example. The word treatment. Right? Chloe's going to therapy. You got to ask yourself, is it working? Who knows? I'm not there. I don't get to see behind the scenes. I only get to see from outside. Think about it. You, the viewer, sits there and you see your taxpayers being funneled to Ukraine, funneled to sex changes, funneled to mentally ill, funneled to food stamps, funneled to free phones, funneled to free internet. And you got to ask yourself, is it working? I don't know. You tell me, people, is it working? Is it truly fucking working? That's the question you got to ask. Because if you look at it from your point of view, the government turns around and wastes billions to trillions of dollars in 10 years or more for military aid, for food stamps, for social programs. Does it work? They're dumbing down our students. They're making them stupider. You're being forced to, if you get raped, you have a baby, you're forced to carry it. Then they might change the law so you can't adopt out the kid. It's another number, so you're stuck with them until you go to a blue state and say, I'm giving up this kid. Why? Because they can. They're like, our rights are being taken away, right? Trannies are, our rights are being taken away. Guess what? Maybe if you didn't fucking claim you're a fucking real woman or a genetic female with a fucking birth defect of being genetically male, So think about it that way, because frankly, it is what it is. You see, deep down, you got to ask yourself the questions. And that question is, That question is, remember when JFK say, ask what you cannot, ask what you can do for your, ask what not your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. That is basically saying you need to get off your lazy asses and look at the system that's broken, right? We got a homeless problem. How do we fix it? Well, we got more housing being built every day. And yet, we're wasting billions of dollars making houses that are sitting empty. You got the government turning around and saying, oh, we need to fix mental health, but we can't. So then they say, oh, this person needs a group home. But the state makes these laws that say, oh, we can't put them in a group home because they can take a shit, they can take a bath, and they can wipe their own ass. They can cook. They pay their rent. But then they look at the other side and say, well, they can't manage their money. They don't clean. They need help. But the state turns and says, oh, you don't qualify for in-home care because, you're young, but, you have to sign yourself into a group home. Then families go and say, oh, is there a thing you can do to get them in a group home? Nope, can't do it. Think about it. Chew on it. I gotta go. School is out. Please add and subscribe. Please post comments, leave feedback, suggestion, hit the like, subscribe button. Holds fun for your family, including your dogs, cats, and bunnies, service dogs, service bunnies. Hit the bell notification, thumbs up button, subscribe button. Leave comments. Nice is all we ask. And God bless you and everything you do. Thank you and good night.